Hi guys, welcome to Athlone. We're on the banks of the River Shannon here and we're going to go in and check out Dead Centre Brewing just behind me here. Come on in. Well, we're inside Dead Centre Brew Pub, so it's a commercial brewery, but it's also a really nice brew pub which serves high quality pizzas and other foods. And it's just, to be honest, it's quite an impressive building. So just up here we have a nice second floor which overlooks the River Shannon, and then as you come down in here you can see lovely glass front to the brew house, so it's showing the brewery to the customer as they come in. So we've got 4 1,000 hectolitre fermentation tanks, a water tank, and then the brew house here on the platform. So you can see that it's got a mash tun on the left, and then it's got a kettle cum whirlpool on the right. Roger's working away there at the moment, mashing out. So you can see that this is very much a handcrafted, small scale, attention to detail outfit. So really nice to be able to watch the brewery in action is probably the best way of putting it. And then as you can come down here, you can see a nice selection of bar, supporting all the local breweries, not only with their own taps, but also with others' taps and the usual cocktails and wine. And look, I think you'll see it's an impressive space. It's big, see lots of seating outside and inside. Another thing that I like is that experience, you know, the pizza experience, the wings experience, whatever you're having to eat, you get to actually see that being cooked. So a lot of integrity in the process and a lot of dexterity in that there, where people are coming in, they're visually interacting with the beer that's brewed on site and poured on site. They're seeing the food that's made here, again, using local ingredients. And I think it's a credit to Liam and his team here that they've created such a nice little brew pub. We're here today chatting with the team, and the premises aren't open currently, but you can imagine if you're sitting here on a Saturday afternoon, there'd be a nice buzz about the place. The sun was shining, it would be packed outside there on the deck and also inside. The location here, sitting right in the River Shannon, really enjoyable place to sit and have a pint, have a chat with friends and enjoy a nice bite to eat. So look, if you're not familiar with Dead Centre, the name is that it's Dead Centre smack bang in the middle of Ireland. So we're going to have a chat now with Liam, the founder. Today I'm joined by Liam Tutty from Dead Centre Brewery, and we're in Athlone on the shore of the River Shannon. So look, Liam, thanks for your time today.
No, not at all, not at all.
Tell us a little bit about Dead Centre.
Well, Dead Centre is it's a lot of things in one. Yeah. We have a 500 litre brewery here on site with 1,000 litre fermenters, which Roger is busy brewing up a batch of Marooned on at the moment with the help of Ruth. Yeah. But as well as that, we have like a 200-seater restaurant here, full bar license. We're in the process of building a second brewery, as I mentioned to you earlier on, in Brewery. And then we also have Beer Cloud, which is an online off license basically for exclusively Irish craft beers.
Yeah. What got you into brewing?
Brewing was, I went to Australia for a year and I ended up being gone for about 18 months. I did a year in Australia and 6 months in New Zealand. Okay. And I just found beers over there that I couldn't find here. Yeah. Particularly, I suppose, Little Creatures was a big introduction to that world in Fremantle, just out of Perth. And actually New Zealand has a great craft scene, and even then had a great craft scene. But then I came back to Ireland to almost nothing. Yeah. I remember discovering Trouble Brewing very early on. Yeah. They were still based in Allenwood at the time, and loved their beer. But that's where I started to say, you know, the craft Irish beers that I can find are great. It's great to be able to get them, yeah, but I can't find some of the styles that I want to drink. Yeah. So, yeah, myself and a friend Donna, we started kind of making trips to and from Belgium and expanding our horizons a little bit, and I started to brew a little bit, and one thing led to another. Here we are.
And in terms of the beer that you're putting out at Dead Centre, is there a specific style you focus on, or do you try to cater for a large demographic? No, or
that's our thing. Personally, I say this all the time, I am a hophead. Yeah. I love hoppy beers. So my fear is that I just let that take over and run riot.
Yeah.
So we brew a really, really wide range of beers, and it's constantly changing. So if I take just at the minute what we have kegged in the brewery, so we have a new Irish red ale, we have a chocolate and pretzel stout on nitro, we have an American brown ale, we have a red IPA, we have an English bitter, we have Marooned is obviously going into tank at the moment, and then we have a beer in barrel in the brewery as well, which is a dark ale with ginger and lime aged in rum barrels.
Lovely.
So we don't really, it's not constant variations of a theme. You know, the red IPA obviously is there, as I mentioned, and we're brewing an IPA today, our core IPA Marooned. But other than that, we do, you know, we brew a wide variety of beers. As you said, we started here, we opened the doors the very last day of February 2019, and since then we've brewed 64 beers, so we like to keep busy.
Yeah, you are busy, yeah. Well, maybe Roger's busy.
Roger is very busy. I do a lot of this, and Roger does a lot of that.
Look, Athlone, what's the craft beer scene like in Athlone?
It's not strong, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to tell you something positive.
But you're trying to change that.
100%, and as I mentioned, I think the bar here is far busier than I had expected it to be, because I think it turned out to be a case of if you build it, they will come. But I figured no one had built it because it wasn't really in high demand, whereas I suppose our model here wasn't just a craft beer bar. It's a craft beer bar, but we have the fallback of the brewery to distribute beer out of. So even if the volume at the bar hadn't been huge, we had that kind of other string to our bow, I suppose. But it's been surprising. I think Athlone hadn't been a craft beer stronghold, but I think there was demand for it. There was just nobody servicing the demand. So I suppose we're lucky like that.
Yeah, plenty of room to grow.
But loads of room to grow, yeah, except in that brewery, which is pretty tight.
One thing that's important for me is to support Irish craft beer. I'm very passionate about it. I'm trying to push it a lot. You'll see we've been doing lots of videos and lots of brewery tours, and we're going to pop a link down below to Liam's website. And you'd say then Beer Cloud, is that the go-to place for the guys to buy beer, or can they buy direct from your own website?
Yeah, no, we don't sell direct from our own website anymore, just because we started Beer Cloud right at the start of the pandemic with some of the other local, like literally our neighbours were the only beers that were listed on it. So there was ourselves, 12 Acres, Ballykilcavan, St Mel's, Wide Street and Black Donkey. And that was it. It's obviously changed since then. But yeah, it got so busy on that site that we were, to be honest with you, we were missing orders from our own site because we were too focused over here. So now if you go to buy beer on the Dead Centre site, it just redirects you to the Beer Cloud site,
And can guys come here and do a tour?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great to have the tours back, actually, because the pandemic was obviously a strange one. For us, it hurt us in every way imaginable. So we lost the bar and the restaurant, we lost the tours in the brewery, and also our brewery here is really, it's set up to produce kegs for our own bar and for distribution, but mainly for our own bar. So it was a kind of a trifecta of, this is a problem. And I wasn't sure how the tours would kind of bounce back, but luckily it's been busy since we've come back. We had a large stag group here on Friday night, which was interesting. And then we had some smaller groups Saturday and Sunday as well. So it's good to see it start to get back there, and particularly in February, you wouldn't expect to see too much. So hopefully it's a good sign of things to come. Yeah, hopefully.
But guys, that's Liam. You've caught Roger in the background doing a bit of brewing. Because the premise is closed today, we can't introduce you to the rest of the team. But look, check these guys out online, order their beers, come and visit them. And until next time, Liam, thanks for your time and happy brewing. Look, that was Dead Centre Brewery. We had a great time. It was nice to chat to the guys. So look, go and click the links, buy some of their beers and enjoy them. That's what we're off to do now.